Hey guys, today I'll be reviewing my Southern Caribbean cruise by Royal Caribbean. I was on board Explorer of the Seas and we visited Grand Cayman, Curaçao, and Aruba. So here's my review. Hey everybody, today I'll be discussing the food and the water that was on Explorer of the Seas and whatnot. So I'll start with the restaurants, then I'll go into the buffet, then I'll go into some of the drinks that I had that were really good and all of that stuff. Yeah, uh, this was my first cruise. I did this about a year ago, and I didn't know how the specialty restaurants worked. I didn't know you have to make a reservation. You can't just walk in and this, that, and the third. So I actually didn't do any of the specialty dining restaurants on this boat, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I don't have that information for you. However, what I did do was I did enjoy the buffet quite a lot. And seemed like every night they had a different thing. There was a Caribbean night, an Indian night, there was an Asian night. And the food was really good in the buffet. Honestly, yeah, I think it's really good compared to some of the stuff you might find in your local area. The buffet on board is probably equivalent to like your local 4-star, maybe even 5-star restaurant, honestly, in my opinion. So, yeah. Also on Royal Caribbean, they had pizza until 3 a.m. So it means if you just left the club or you're up late at night, you want a quick snack, you can go grab some pizza. Now the pizza it's okay. I would consider it just a little bit better than Domino's, depending on where you sit on that spectrum. So you keep that in mind. Lastly, you can also order room service, 24 hours a day, anytime you want. There's an extra charge for that, but you can order that if you want to. Now, the specialty dining restaurants, those are extra. I believe you can buy a dining package, which lets you get maybe all of them included or like one included or something like that. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Now, as far as drinks go, Royal Caribbean does have a drink package, but it is very expensive in my opinion. I think they charge you $60 per day, depending on yeah, they charge you $60 per day for alcoholic beverages. So if you're a very heavy drinker and you're gonna be drinking all day, I definitely recommend you buy the drink package. Otherwise, you're you're gonna be spending too much money. If you're like me and you're a lightweight, you only want to drink at night, right? You can't drink during the day because you're gonna be asleep by 8 p.m. or if that's your goal, right? If you're a lightweight like me, do not get the drink package. It's not gonna be worth it to you. Trust me. Okay, keep that in mind. Lastly, finding water on the boat. So the only place I saw you could fill up your water bottles was in the gym, unfortunately, right? And this kind of frustrated me because I mean we're sailing in the Southern Caribbean, that's like below the Bahamas and stuff. It's really hot. You're getting close to the equator. It's closer to the equator, not close to the equator. It's really hot. I was really upset that I couldn't fill up my water bottle any and everywhere I went. So what I had to do was I had to go to the calf or the not the calf. I feel like I'm still in college, shaking my head. I had to go to the buffet and then get cups of water, bring that back to the table, and then pour that in my water bottle. And it doesn't sound like much, right? But when you're walking around the boat, when you're 3 decks below or 3 floors below the buffet, the buffeteria, shaking my head. Oh my God. Give me a second. When you're 3 floors below the buffet, not the cafeteria, the buffet, and you see your water bottle is kind of low, and you're like, oh shoot, where am I gonna get water? Yeah, it's a little difficult to just walk up there and then have to do all of that. I think the staff, or if you walk to a bar or something, they may give you some water so that you can fill your water bottle up. But again, I was new. This was my first cruise, so I didn't know all of this. And like I said, I'm an introvert, so I didn't really think to ask a lot of people and do a lot of things. So yeah, that is it for food and water. Yeah, now I'm gonna move on to the next section. All right, guys. Now we're gonna talk about the social life on board and how it was to kind of meet people, talk to people, meet and greets, and all that stuff. So yeah, uh, in my opinion, well, in my opinion, it was fairly, it was a little bit challenging to meet people. Not too challenging, but it was, just a little bit. The demographic on board, there were a lot of Americans. You had people from New Orleans, LA, Oakland, New York, Philly, right? People from all over America. You had a few people that weren't from the U.S., like from Mexico or parts of South America. Yeah. That was the demographic on board, and it was kind of mixed racial. You saw mostly white, black, maybe a little bit of Asians. Actually, no, there were quite a few Asians actually. So yeah, that's the demographic. Like I was saying, meeting people wasn't that hard. It was a little bit of a challenge, but it wasn't that hard. You sit in the hot tub or you lounge by the pool. You just say hi to the person next to you, and then you can start a conversation about previous cruises, previous adventures, or something like that. So, yeah. I'm sorry I keep breaking this part up. It's a lot that I wanted to discuss, and I got to keep looking at my notes. I should have a teleprompter behind the thing, but yeah, I don't have that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the crew and the staff. So the crew and the staff were very, very friendly. They're very, very helpful, right? If you're sitting around, laying around somewhere, if you need something, you ask a crew member, and they'll bring it to you. Essentially, they'll bring it to you. If I'm not mistaken, they might even bring you food from the buffet. Like if you're at the pool and you want something to eat, they might bring you food from the buffet, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Try it and see, but it's up to you, honestly. However, if you're laying around like in the hot tub or by the pool or anything, they'll easily bring you a drink wherever you are. It's very simple. Just ask somebody. That's it. What was it? Oh yeah, the entertainment. The entertainment on board, it was actually, I didn't participate in a lot of things, but it was really good. They had a lot of little competitions by the poolside, a lot of little dance competitions, little dance parties by the pool and stuff. The club was very entertaining. They had the little flow rider, that's like the surfboard, thing. They had a rock climbing wall and stuff, so yeah, and there was a lot of entertainment for all ages. So there was adults entertainment, then they had, a lot of entertainment for kids and whatnot. Obviously, I didn't go to the kids' entertainment, but I'm sure if you had kids, you could have brought them, and they'd have gladly been happy to leave you alone and whatnot. So, but as for the young people, yes, there is a lot of entertainment there for us that you would thoroughly enjoy. They had a comedy show. There was like a boys versus girls kind of show. There was like a modeling competition by the pool. Yeah, like I said, the rock climbing wall and stuff. So yeah, check it out if you get on board. Again, sorry I keep pausing. I gotta look at my notes. I'm still new at this, so forgive me. What was next? Oh yeah, meeting people of the opposite sex. So let me see. Who do I want to go for first? Let's see. Let's do guys first. Yeah, guys. So as for guys meeting people of the opposite sex and whatnot, I'm gonna keep this discussion platonic. I know what you're looking for, and I know what you want me to say. I'm not getting canceled. YouTube might ban me if I even try it, so I'll keep it platonic. Yeah, meeting women. If you're a guy trying to meet women and stuff, especially as a young person, it was fairly simple. Like I said in the last part, just walking up, saying hi, saying hello. There were plenty of things to do on board. You can invite some people to hang out with you. Go to dinner and say, hey, let's go to dinner here. Me, you and my friends, me and your friends. We can all go to dinner. Or hey, let's check out this event here at this social thing and whatnot. Or hey, let's grab some drinks here. This, that, and the third. It was very. We just sit in the hot tub, whatever. It's very simple, very straightforward. You don't have to do all that extra stuff that you're probably thinking about, right? You don't have to be Mr. Cool, Mr. Suave, show off your six pack, all that stuff. No, you don't have to do that. You can if you want to, but I would not advise it. Again, just keep it simple. Just hi, how you doing? What's your name? Who you here with? Also asking who you're here with. That way you find out who's who. That's the sister, the brother, the cousin, the dad, all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. Next. Oh yeah, ladies trying to meet guys. So I'm not a lady, so I can't really go too far into this. I'm just going off of what I saw on board. So I noticed that they're like a lot of the ladies, they had a very positive reaction to a lot of the guys on board. Normally, what I notice when I go out clubbing in my city in Atlanta is like there'll be girls and then there'll be some guys, and then like a bunch of guys will try to talk to some girls, and the girls will be like, ew, no, get away from me. Like, oh, they're creepy, this, that, and the third. I didn't notice this on the boat, honestly. I noticed that a lot of the girls, they were very receptive and very open to a lot of the guys that were on board. So, ladies, what that means is a lot of the guys were actually very safe, very cool, very confident, very aware. They weren't creepy. Nobody was scared, this, that, and the third. So, if you're a lady, feel confident on this boat. You won't have to. I don't think you'll have to worry. Again, I'm not a lady, so I didn't see everything, but keep that in mind. So that's just from my perspective. So yeah. Oh, there before I leave. Damn, I keep messing this up. That's my first video. I'm gonna get better at this, y'all. I'm sorry. Internet on board. Yes, internet. I have never been on a cruise ship where the internet has always been great, especially on Explorer of the Seas, which is this ship. I bought the internet package, I think, towards the end of the vacation. Even still, I was disappointed with it, right? It doesn't work in my room because I was on that like floor 7 and I had an inside room with no windows and stuff. But it didn't work in my room, which I was upset at and stuff. It mainly only worked when you were like on the top deck of the ship. Even then, it was still kind of spotty because everybody's trying to use it and stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. Internet may not work, but do your best and all that stuff. So yeah. All right, good. Now I can talk about shelter, which I'm gonna go over my room and then the restaurants. Why am I signing stuff? I'm sorry. My room, the restaurants, the lounges, the bars, even the club, so to speak. So yeah, I had an inside stateroom. If you go on the website, it's the interior room. That's the room where there's no windows, no balconies, nothing. It's just a bed. And oddly enough, Royal Caribbean, their interior rooms are actually pretty large. So I had an interior room. It had a bed and a sofa, and the bathroom was pretty big. The closet was pretty big. Now I'm a bit short, compared to most guys. I'm 5'8", but I was still able to maneuver around and feel very comfortable in my room and stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. Plus, there were a lot of other young people that stayed on my floor, and I would bump into them quite a lot. We could hang out, and I say, hey, let's hang out. This, then the third. So keep that in mind. What else was there? Oh, the restaurants. Like I said before, unfortunately, I didn't do a lot of the specialty dining. What I did do was the main dining room, or I noticed the main dining room, which was included. Sorry, my back itches. Which was included in your standard booking. And you're young. If you're like me, you're like, I want to eat now. Like when I'm hungry, I want to eat now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to order. I want to eat now, right? So the main dining room always had a line. Line was always backed up, right? It was ridiculous. So I think I only ate in there once, and that was at like some inconvenient time. It was like 3:30. It's like, is that lunch or dinner? Yeah, exactly. It's like, is that lunch or dinner? I had went there with this Mexican couple that I met and stuff. So yeah, it was really good though. The dining in that dining room was really good. It was better than a lot of 5-star restaurants that I have heard about or seen on TV. Or actually, I've been to one. It was better than the 5-star restaurants, the 2 5-star restaurants that I have ever been to. So the main dining room was really good. Again, the buffet would be about 4-star and whatnot. So yeah. What I didn't like, or at least I didn't notice it at this time, I didn't like that there weren't a lot of. To me, I didn't notice a lot of lounges to just, like hang around. You like the mean that the guy is. What are you doing? Me? Nothing. Just hanging around, right? There was nowhere to do any of that at. So I that's one thing I didn't like. Also, the hot tubs. The hot tubs are really great places to just hang out and just sit there and talk to people and interact and be social and whatnot. So that's it for shelter, I want to say. There weren't a lot of people on board, but still the pool felt really crowded, oddly enough. Maybe the pool, like the pool area, the chairs and the Lido deck and stuff was really crowded, oddly enough. But there weren't that many people on board. I felt like I kept seeing the same 50 people, oddly enough, you know? It was weird, but yeah. If you're over 18, just hang out in the adult only section and you should be cool and whatnot. So that wasn't that crowded, but yeah, shelter, that's it. I also just realized I am talking really fast. I just put that together. These videos will get better as time goes on, trust me. Okay, now I can talk about the ports that we visited and things that I did while we were at port. So first we were supposed to go to Bonaire, which is the other Dutch Caribbean island, but they changed our itinerary. So we went to Georgetown, Cayman Islands, the Grand Cayman Island is where we went. There we go. I cannot talk. Sheesh. Anyways, I did one shore excursion. After that, I walked around some plaza, but we got there on a Tuesday, and I realize now, like, a lot of people might have been at work, or not, a lot of the locals may have been at work or anywhere but where we were. So, but the excursion I did the little stingray thing where you can walk and pet some stingrays and stuff, and it was pretty cool. It was annoying because going there on the boat ride, right, it was cloudy in the Cayman Islands. Going there, the wind was blowing a lot, and it was, if you sat at the front of the boat, yeah, you kept getting splashed from the water and stuff, and then the wind's blowing like, yeah, it was miserable going there. But once we were there, the sun kind of came out and stuff, oddly enough, and the stingrays were out. It was very beautiful. The water was nice. People were awesome, and this, that, and the third. So yeah, I enjoyed the shore excursion. Only downside I noticed, and I noticed this with a lot of shore excursions, is they take up most of your time at the port. So if you got 8 hours at port and the shore excursion is 6 hours, you can only buy souvenirs. You can't walk around and wander. So yeah, that's George Cayman. I'll put a few clips next. I'll put a few clips. The next port was Curaçao. This is my first time in Curaçao. And what I did was, again, I did another shore excursion, and we did a tour, and they took us to some liquor distillery, a place where they make liquor and stuff, and they showed us the whole process, and after that, you can go buy souvenirs. Then we visited some landmarks around, and after that, we went to the beach for about an hour and a half, and the beach is very beautiful. The water is very beautiful. It was very warm, very hot. Lovely place to visit. I definitely need to fly there for like a weekend, nothing major, but yeah, I would definitely do it again. I didn't eat a lot at the ports, oddly enough. I don't know why, but I didn't. This was new to me, so I didn't eat a lot. I'll put clips to the Curaçao in the next. You'll see that next. So yeah. I wonder if my neighbors can hear me. Kind of like in front of my door at the same. Don't worry about it. Never mind. Lastly, your favorite place, not mine, your favorite island, Aruba. This place is amazing. Oh my goodness. We did a tour, and they showed us like a natural pool. They showed us some kind of watchtower. They showed us a bunch of little natural beaches and stuff. Yeah, I need to go. This is my first time in Aruba, and I'm like, if I ever get a chance, I will go back for the weekend and just rest along Eagle Beach. Not buy a hotel, gosh. Get a room and rest along Eagle Beach. That is the most beautiful beach I have ever seen in the world. And it's warm. They got hammocks, there's straw huts in places. But you gotta walk away from like the tourist areas towards like the resort hotels. So I'll put clips to that next. Again, I didn't eat a lot at these ports. I don't know why I didn't. It's probably because there was so much food on the ship, which is why I didn't eat a lot. But yeah, I'll put clips to that.
This never gets old. Oh man. That tickles so much. Oh my goodness. started with right off the boat and tried. Hey. Muy bien.
Porque hicimos toda la coreografía completa.
Next, so who is this cruise for? Who would I recommend this cruise to? Let me see. Families for sure. If you're a small family, right? Well, this is for young people. So yeah, even a lot of young people. If you're you and your spouse, or you and your fiance, or you and your kid, or whatever, it's perfect for you guys. You and your 2 kids. It's perfect for families, big or small. If you're like, hey, if you're trying to find something to do for you and your parents on a vacation, right? Yeah, tell them, bring you along, and this, that, and the third. It's perfect for that. They can get you in your own room, and they can just ditch you, or you can ditch them. It's perfectly fine. Let me see. Oh, solo travelers. This is perfect for solo travelers. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I would hands down do it again. Would I do it again? Actually, at the time of this video, I probably wouldn't do this vacation again, because I know what else is out there and stuff, and you'll see in the next videos that I make. But yes, I would definitely do this as a solo traveler. If it's your first cruise, definitely check this one out. This is the perfect first cruise for anybody. This will set the bar of what you should expect and what you should look for. Nothing too crazy, nothing really low and stuff. So who else? Oh yeah, pairs. So I noticed a lot of women like to travel in pairs, not really groups, like groups of 4 or 5. A lot of them travel in pairs. I saw a lot of pairs of women on board, and they had a blast. I saw them, getting lit and having a blast, eating a lot, drinking, and all that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely great for pairs. And yeah, that's it. I'll do that. I'll stop the video and do that next part. So who is this not for? This is not for all of you. If you have a group of young people that are 4 or more, I would not recommend this for you guys. You'll end up taking up a lot more space and finding it hard to fit into a lot of things, like finding chairs by the pool, finding seating at the buffet and stuff. You can if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're like a group of 5 or more. 4 or less should be pretty good. Yeah, that's really it. But however, if you're a big family, of course, families tend to break off into groups and this, that, and the third. So yeah, it'd be perfect for them. I did notice there were a lot of groups of 4 or more, and they had a blast. But just me personally, I'm not recommending this to you if you're a group of 4 or more. 4 or more. I get lost. You know how it is. Let's see, who else? Oh, yeah. To all my passport boys, or those of you who claim passport boys that just fly out to places and want to meet foreign women, there were not a lot of foreign women on board, so I wouldn't, if you're a passport boy and you claim that and you stamp that flag yourself, I wouldn't get on this cruise if I were you. It's just, again, there's not a lot of foreign women on board. There are some, but not a lot. Not what you're probably looking for if you're a passport boy. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and that's it. That's it for my first official cruise review of the Southern Caribbean, Explorer of the Seas by Royal Caribbean. My name is Justin Williams, and my Instagram is nauticalnonsense_1. You'll find that in the description below. Please make sure to, what is it that people say? You don't have to like this video. You can share it. Share the video and subscribe if you want more like young people tips. And then DM me on my Instagram what you want to see, DM me. One day I might do like a live or like a Google form and say, hey, submit your questions, and I'll try and answer as many questions as I can, you know, and all that stuff. So, but yeah, my name is Justin Williams. Instagram nautical_nonsense_1. Please, what is it that YouTubers say? Like, share, and subscribe to the video. No, like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. There we go. Thank you. Bye.